So in this lesson, we're going to learn how to compare improper fractions and mixed numbers that have unlike denominators. That simply means when the denominators are not the same. So what we're going to do to achieve this is to outline the process or the steps that we must follow to compare improper fractions and mixed numbers with unlike denominators. And then we're also going to apply those steps to solve some examples together. So how do we go about comparing improper fractions and mixed numbers with unlike denominators? The first thing we would like to do there is to convert the mixed numbers to improper fractions. Ideally, what we're looking for is to make sure that we have the fractions in the same form. I'm choosing improper fractions here because I think it's easier to work with. And then the next thing we're going to do is to find the least common multiple of all the denominators. Followed by that, we will create equivalent fractions for each of the improper fractions so that all the improper fractions have the same denominator, and then we can now use the numerators for comparison. Now let's take a look at some examples together. Which of these fractions is larger, 2 1/3 or 7/4? Our first step, as we highlighted earlier, is to convert all mixed numbers to improper fractions. So 2 1/3 is going to be 2 multiplied by 3 plus 1/3, which is 6 plus 1/3, which is going to give us 7/3. Now we have the denominators are 3 and 4, so we have 3, we have 4, 3 to the power of 1, 4 is 2 squared, we have 2 squared multiplied by 3 for the LCM, which is going to give us 4 multiplied by 3, which is 12. So our denominator is 12, so our fractions now are 7/3 and 7/4. So now we want to convert each of these fractions to an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 12. So 7/3 equal to, we multiply 3 by 4, so we also multiply 7 by 4. This is 28/12. We have 7/4. We multiply 4 by 3 to get 12. 7 by 3. We get 21/12. So now 7/3 is 28/12. 7/4 is 21/12. So this, now we have the same denominator. We can compare the numerators. 28 is greater than 21. So now we can say 2 1/3 is greater than 7/4. Next example, which of these fractions is smaller, 4 3/5 or 14/3? Our first step is to convert 4 3/5 to an improper fraction. 4 3/5 is 4 multiplied by 5 plus 3/5, which is 20 plus 3/5, which is going to give us 23/5. Now we need to find the LCM of 3 and 5. So this is 3 to the power of 1. This is 5 to the power of 1. LCM is 3 multiplied by 5, which is 15. So now our fractions here are now 23/5 and 14/3. So now let's convert each of them to its equivalent fraction with a denominator of 15. So that means we're rewriting each of these fractions so that they have a new denominator of 15. So now 23/5, we're going to have to multiply 5 by 3 to give us 15. So we multiply 23 also by 3. This is going to give us 69/15. And then 14/3. We're going to multiply 3 by 5 and then 14 by 5. This is going to give us 70/15. So 23 over 5 is 69 over 15. 14 over 3 is 70 over 15. So 69 over 15 is less than 70 over 15. So this is now the same as 3 over 5 is less than 14 over 3. So this is a smaller number. Now we have fractions we're going to arrange in increasing order. The first thing we're going to do is convert all mixed numbers to improper fraction. 1 over 6 is 3 multiplied by 6 plus 1 over 6. 18 plus 1 over 6. This is going to be 19 over 6. Now 2 1/3. 2 1/3 is 2 multiplied by 3 plus 1 over 3. 6 plus 1 over 3. 7 over 3. So now we need to find the LCM of 2, 3, 4, and 6. So this is going to give us 2 to the power of 1, 3 to the power of 1, 2 to the power of 2, and 2 multiplied by 3. So LCM is going to be 2 squared multiplied by 3, which is equal to 12. So now our fractions are 19 over 6, 13 over 4, 7 over 2, 7 over 3. So the next thing we're going to have to do here is to convert each of them to the equivalent fraction so that they all have a denominator of 12. So 19 over 6, we're going to convert that to, we're going to first multiply 6 by 2 to get to 12. So we multiply 19 by 2. So that's going to give us 38 over 12. So 13 over 4. We multiply 4 by 3 to get 12. So we multiply 13 by 3. That's going to give us 39 over 12. 7 over 2. We multiply 2 by 6. So we multiply 7 by 6. It's going to give us 42 over 12. And then 7 over 3. We multiply 3 by 4. And so we multiply 7 by 4. We now have 28 over 12. So now our fractions are going to look like this: 38 over 12, 39 over 12, 42 over 12, and then 28 over 12. So now we're going to have to write this in increasing order. So that's from the least to the greatest, or from the smallest to the largest. We start with 28 over 12, and we can do this because they have the same denominator, so we can just compare the numerators. So we have 28 over 12, 38 over 12, 39 over 12, and then 42 over 12. So now this is the order that we have, but we're going to replace them with the original fractions that we had to begin with. So 28 over 12 is 2 1/3. 38 over 12 is 3 1/6. 39 over 12 is 13 over 4. And then 42 over 12 is 7 over 2. Our final example is to arrange these fractions in decreasing order. But the first thing we're going to do is to convert all mixed numbers to improper fractions. So let's start with 1 3 over 4. This is going to be 1 multiplied by 4 plus 3 over 4. This is going to give us 4 plus 3 over 4, which is 7 over 4. The next one is 1 5 over 6. 1 5 over 6. We're going to multiply 1 by 6 and then add 5 to it, divided by 6. This is going to be 6 plus 5 over 6, which is 11 over 6. So now we're going to find the least common multiple of all the denominators. So we have 4, 5, 6, and 10. 4 is going to be 2 squared. 5 is 5 to the power of 1. 6 is 2 multiplied by 3. 10 is 2 multiplied by 5. So our LCM here is going to be 2 squared multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5. So this is 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5, which is 12 multiplied by 5, which is equal to 60. So now here's what our fractions are going to look like. 7 over 5, 7 over 4, 19 over 10, and then 11 over 6. We're now going to rewrite each of these fractions so they have a denominator of 60. So 7 over 5 is going to be, we multiply 5 by 12 to get 60, so we multiply 7 by 12. We now have 84 over 60. Then 7 over 4, we multiply 4 by 15. We multiply 7 by 15. So this is going to give us 105 over 60. 19 over 10. We multiply 10 by 6 to get to 60. So we multiply 19 by 6. We get 114 over 60. And then 11 over 6, we have 6 multiplied by 10, and then 11 multiplied by 10. So this is 110 over 60. So now let's rewrite each of these fractions with their new equivalent fraction. So this is 84 over 60, 105 over 60, 114 over 60, and 110 over 60. Now we need to write them in decreasing order, so that's from the largest to the greatest. So we have 114 over 60, 110 over 60, 105 over 60, and then 84 over 60. So now we're going to replace them with their original fractions. 114 over 60 is 19 over 10. 110 over 60 is 11 over 6, which is, okay, that's fine. And then 105 over 60 is 7 over 4. And then we have 84 over 60 is 7 over 5. Now we're going to replace them with the mixed numbers if we had mixed numbers to start off with. So 19 over 10 is how we got it. 11 over 6 was 15 over 6. 7 over 4, 13 over 4. 7 over 5, that's how we had the fraction. And this is what we need to do.